If there's one thing that I'm just not really a big fan of, it's watching a video online for 10, 15, 20 minutes of someone working on a DIY project, and then you just get like 30 seconds or a minute of the finished product. I mean, I'm impatient. I want to see the good stuff. I want to see the finished product first. And so that's what we're doing today. We're going to make the internet just a little bit better by showing you the DIY bathroom that my wife and I spent the last kind of 2-3 months of weekends working on. But we're going to start with the finished product and tell you, where we went wrong, how much things cost, all the good details without making you wait through a lot of montage, time-lapse music video, which that'll be in there too, but that part's at the end, not the beginning. Before we open the door, let's take a look at what we started with. So what it looked like when we first started working was your typical 80s bathroom, pink marble countertops, wall-to-wall carpeting, because that was a thing, a almond-colored toilet, a almond-colored bathtub. It was just really, really dark. And so what did we do? We renovated our bathroom and turned everything millennial gray. And when I say we just finished doing the bathroom, one of us is actually still in here sealing the grout. Are you happy with how it turned out?
Yes.
Are you gonna keep sealing grout? Because as soon as you're done, we're done with this whole thing.
Yes.
The whole project hinges on her right now. All right, let's take a look around. As you may have noticed, we did kind of what all millennials are doing when they buy an older house. Turned all the walls gray, turned all the floors and countertops into white marble, and threw some subway tile at it. And overall, it might not be everyone's taste, but I really like how it turned out. It's a lot brighter in here and a lot less carpeted. Let's start with the ground up about what changed. And the first thing that changed is the carpet's gone and the floors are now, well, they're less absorbent than they were a few weeks ago. So we put in this hexagonal marble tile. It has this cool little design where you could have these black pieces make different shapes or face different ways. We went with triangles. And as soon as I sent a picture of this to my family, they pointed out that the triangles point directly at the toilet. So if anyone gets lost at night, I guess at least they'll know where to go take a pee. If we move a solid 1/2 inch up from the floor, you might notice that our almond colored toilet and bathtub are gone. We just put a new toilet in. Fun fact, there's different size toilets. Most of them these days have a 12-inch rough-in, so it's 12 inches from the center of the drain to the wall, or a 10-inch rough-in, which is kind of older. We, for some reason, had an 11-inch rough-in, which means neither type of toilet fits very well. So that was exciting to figure out, but a couple tries, couple trips to Home Depot later, we got the right size toilet installed. The tub is actually the same tub that it was before, but it's just a different color. And that's the one thing that I didn't do. I've seen kits online where you can refinish tubs, and I've seen that sometimes it doesn't turn out very well. So we actually hired a company to refinish the tub. They came in, they spent all day here, they ground the thing down, they re-enameled it, they had hoses and pumps, and they're cleaning air, and it smelled, like a lot of glue, a lot of epoxy. But for $550, our cast iron tub has been re-enameled, reglazed, whatever they did. We've actually dropped a couple things on it during the process, and it doesn't even scratch. So hopefully it holds up, and it's a lot better than what I could have done with a DIY kit myself. 2 inches up from the floor, you'll notice that our cabinets are now a different color. So these are the same cabinets that were in here before, and we've gotten kind of good. This is the 3rd set of cabinets we've refinished in our house, and it's actually been the best cabinets so far. So the first ones, they were okay. The second ones were surprisingly worse than the first ones, and these ones actually turned out pretty nice. So basically what we've been doing is taking our old oak cabinets, putting a lot of primer on it because paint does not like to stick to an oil-based primer, putting modern European soft close hidden hinges on it, and yeah, using an airless painter and just taking time and doing lots of coats and lots of sanding and lots of grain filling. And we're finally figuring out how to make our 1980s cabinets just look a little less 1980s. How's the grout sealing going?
Oh, it's good. My hand is cramping up though.
Oh, how far have you gotten?
I've done this wall and I've done this. I have still quite a bit more to go.
The shower that Dem is currently... Did you forget?
Yes.
Which one you did?
Yeah.
So the shower that Dem is currently working on. We tore out the tile shower that was here. We brought it down to the studs, put new drywall in, and this was kind of new for me. I've built showers before, but I always used cement board. For this one, we actually used a waterproof membrane that's made to go right over drywall. So we ripped out the drywall, replaced it with the moisture preventative, the high moisture area drywall, and then we used thinset to apply a membrane, and then a special thinset to apply the tiles to the membrane. And it was a really great system. There were gaskets that go around your holes for your shower head and your tub filler and your valve. The niche for your soap and things was actually pre-made. It just fit right in there. It was kind of a Lego, just put all the different parts together, put your tile on system. The thing that took time was, I might be a little OCD, but it probably took us 4 Saturdays just to tile this, because one, there were a lot of tiles since it was subway tile. They were a little skinnier and a little wider than normal subway tiles, so definitely a lot of tiles went into it. But also just like walls weren't completely flat. I had to do a lot of cuts multiple times because I'm not great at measuring. So learned a lot more about tiling. But yeah, this definitely took the longest. And I thought I'd get knocked out in a weekend, but it took four weekends to tile this round. Little ashamed about that. Halfway up through our little journey here, which is the countertop. So initially this was a double sink in the original bathroom. It was this nice 1980s pink fake marble. And well, we took that out and only put one sink back in because there's only one bedroom just down the hall somewhat close to this bathroom. So I don't know why there was 2 sinks to begin with. I also decided to put the sink where one of the old sinks was because, well, the plumbing was already there. And I didn't want to center it and have to deal with drawers and plumbing around drawers. So sink went here, which actually worked out well because now we have all the space for various activities and cups with dividers in them. One thing we actually did in the other bathroom in this house that we already finished is just trimmed out the mirror. Basically take some trim, paint it the right color, in this case our cabinet color, and glue it to the mirror. And actually I glued this on about 3 hours ago, so hopefully I don't wake up tomorrow and it falls off. That might have happened in the other bathroom. We're gonna finish our journey there because that's pretty much everything in the bathroom besides, towel racks and stuff like that. And we don't want to go any higher because I might have lied. We still have to repaint the crown molding up there. Some spots were missed. You can still see some of the old red walls right there. But let's get into, I don't know if you knew this, Demery, but I'm gonna add up how much we spent on this little project.
Oh God.
Gotta do some math real quick. Don't look at my totals. Okay. So we textured the walls because there was wallpaper and we couldn't rip the wallpaper out without destroying the walls, and to fix everything, we screwed up the walls, we textured it. So all the texture tools and paint, $400.
Okay.
The tile, the waterproofing membrane, the thinset, everything to put tile on the walls and tiles on the floors. We took a lot of trips to the tile store.
Yeah.
$1,650.
Okay.
Tub refinish. We knew that, $550.
Yeah.
Fixtures. So these guys, the valve, the sink, the spigot over there, faucet, I guess you call it, $300.
Okay.
Not bad.
Nope.
Toilet, $260. We bought 2 toilets to do this bathroom and a bathroom upstairs. Nice toilets, well-known, name brand. According to advertising, you can flush a golf ball.
24
golf balls? Yeah, we spent $260 for both of those. Because we had this weird sized toilet, I bought the only one that Home Depot had in stock, and it was as much as the other 2. So that made me mad, but this little guy, $260, so it needs to get some use.
Buy a lot of golf balls.
We're gonna flush them all. We're gonna flush all. Actually, this one said nothing about flushing golf balls. So yeah, it's more expensive, and you can't flush a bucket of golf balls. Countertop. We got the deal of the century on that countertop.
Yes.
The countertop was actually left over from someone else's project, and I just had to pay to have it cut and installed. So we paid about $400 for that countertop to be installed. Bathroom upstairs, which we still have to do, I got a quote on a similar piece of marble for that, and the quote for that was $1,800.
Ooh.
So we saved $1,400 there. That countertop only cost us $400.
Dang.
And then we did replace one light. There was a heater thing up there. We took it out, put this LED light, like a built-in night light. $100 to do that. Various hinges for doors, doorknob, towel bar, all of the fine brushed nickel accoutrement, $150.
Yeah.
And then miscellaneous crap, like the 300 different tubes of caulking we used, the PEX stuff to fix the plumbing in the wall, some plumbing for the sink, all the miscellaneous nonsense, $200. $4,010.
Okay.
Right over $4,000.
Okay.
Which, considering we use some pretty nice high-end materials. Like the paint, because we paint cabinets, the paint we buy is the good stuff, and it's like $100 a gallon, but it makes the cabinets look good.
Yeah.
And we decided what a spare bathroom no one ever uses is marble floors. And
someone decided that.
So someone decided that.
Someone.
So considering we put nice stuff in here and it looks pretty nice, like, I think that's a bargain.
Yeah. I think we saved a good chunk of money on the shower curtain.
That is a point of contention. We spent 3 months putting this bathroom together, and I hate shower curtains. Eventually, when we do the upstairs bathroom, actually exact same tub, gonna get a very similar tub surround, I want to put like the glass sliding door thing in because I hate shower curtains. So this will go away one day.
But not today.
So add $500 to that budget for a glass door for this tub. I have no idea how much they cost. I'm gonna get out of the tub and ask you one more question. Oh, my joints were not made for that. The other important question is, how long did it take us?
6 months.
Yeah. It's June.
Yeah.
We started in March.
We started in March.
Yeah, we started after we got back.
We did
from that trip.
some stuff in January because you wanted to try and finish this before the trip.
I might not be remembering correctly. From my mind, this took us about 3 months of weekends. Did it not? I might need to go back and look at some pictures and videos and see when we started. But for the sake of this, we're going to say it took us about 3 months of pretty much every weekend. You stopped doing your hobbies, I stopped doing my hobbies, and on Saturdays we would wake up. Some of us would wake up later than others of us, go to the donut store down the street and get some good donuts, and then just work on bathroom until bedtime, and then wake up on Sunday, skip the donuts on Sunday because we had donuts the day before. Can't have too many donuts, and do the same thing again Sunday, and then especially the last couple weeks as we need to get this thing done, a lot of late nights after work, from like after work until last night was 2 a.m. So it took a lot of time. Big question. Mm-hmm. We have one more bathroom in this house to do. We've done a half bath, we've done this bath, there's one more upstairs, similar size, exact same countertop, tub, similar layout, almost like they were built at the same time. Would you do it again, or would you hire someone to do it?
I would hire someone to do some of the things.
What would you hire someone to do?
Install a countertop because that thing's heavy.
Oh yeah, we can't. Yeah, we would probably definitely hire someone to put a countertop in. Yeah. I can. I don't have the tools to cut granite, or even know where to start with that. Yeah. Hire someone to finish the tub like we did down here. Mm-hmm. It was worth every penny to not do some DIY kit that's going to look horrible 6 months down the road. Yeah, the tile, painting the cabinets we've gotten good at. Painting walls we're okay at. That is the finished product. And now here is how we actually built it. Enjoy. Are we really doing this? Behind this door is our next project. How long did it take us to finish our last project?
3.5 years.
We're going to do this one in 3.5 weeks, maybe? I present to you another kind of 1980s bathroom. And it's very echoey in here, so I apologize. But what we have are some nice, dark 1980s oak brass-handled cabinets with, old school exposed hinges. Some 80s tile that is having issues with still being attached to the wall. This countertop, we actually replaced it in anticipating redoing this bathroom. This was old pink cultured marble. Now it's this nice actual marble. So as we're doing work in here, we need to not destroy this countertop. We have some wallpaper here that was not 80s wallpaper. This was replaced in the early 2000s. And I like the wallpaper because I like sailboats, but it doesn't quite go with the look we're going to be going for in here. So we have a lot of work to do. We have to do some work on these walls, which that'll be tricky once we get to it because there's some There's some issues with the walls in this house that we experienced when you're taking wallpaper out of a different bathroom. We need to get this tile out, retile. These cabinets are going to be refinished. We've been refinishing quite a bit of cabinets in this house. We've kind of got it down to a science. And this toilet has to go because it's the wrong color, because this tile will be white and there will be a marble tile going on the floor. Fun fact, this floor, it was wall-to-wall carpeting, and so now it's going to be wall-to-wall not carpeting, and day one is going to be tearing a lot of stuff apart. So we need to get all these fixtures out of here, light switch covers out of here, all this fun stuff goes away. We're going to start tearing out the tile. We need to tear out the tack strips from the carpet. Toilet needs to come out of here, and then also down here, this was, you know, a cabinet that over the last almost 40 years has had some leaks and just deteriorated. So I've actually fixed this same problem in my old house. I'm gonna cut this out and replace it with a piece of plywood down on the floor before we paint and refinish all these cabinets. Let's start tearing stuff apart. You ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready. I'm so excited.
Ample progress, so let's do a little, looks rough in here. Let's do a little update. First thing, it looks like there was a small controlled explosion in this bathroom, and well, we did have a small fire, but no explosion. So we've been dismantling, doing all the demo, and I think we're kind of to that point where we pretty much stopped taking things apart and put things back together. So let's start with the least controversial things we've done, and then we'll work our way into the more controversial decisions that we're making that I'm sure there's going to be some angry comments about. So first things first, the plumbing. I've got the new shower valve in, the old one over there. It was a 1980s, it was 40-year-old shower valve. It worked fine, but I couldn't get the trim to replace it, modernize it, so I figured time to just replace it. And I actually didn't use any of those crummy little shark bite connectors. I learned how to solder. So a combination of solder connectors and PEX. And then I did learn, even with PEX, your tub spout isn't supposed to be PEX. There's too much restriction inside the PEX, and it'll make, when you're trying to fill up the tub, water will apparently start coming out of the shower because it can't escape down there. So I did do it right. This should not be controversial. First controversial thing we'll start with is the drywall. So I took off each tile by tile by tile, because there were actually 2 sheets of drywall in the tub surround. You can see right here, I need to get that guy off, but there was a layer of drywall on top of the wall drywall, and then all of the tile was adhered to the second sheet of drywall. In that setup, there was absolutely no waterproofing. It was just tile stuck to drywall. And this shower, I don't think we've ever used it since we've lived here. It's probably been used, honestly, a handful of times in the last 40 years. It's kind of a weird place in the house. This bathroom doesn't really get used anyways. There was a tiny bit of water damage down here on this layer of drywall, so I ripped this section out. And this, you can see, like, this is drywall that has not been waterproof, that has been in the shower for 40 years, and it looks just fine. I'm not going to put tile over drywall, but I am going to use a membrane made by this company, Schluter. And it's actually designed for showers. If you read the installation instructions, they recommend to put it over drywall. You can do it over cement board, but it adheres better and provides better waterproofing when it's on drywall. So I picked up some green moisture-resistant drywall just for funsies to replace this piece. To get all the plumbing, I need to put some boards behind this, get this all situated, put the shower head hookup in. And so this will be replaced with drywall. It'll be waterproofed with the Schluter system. And then, the tile just goes on top of the membrane, which is on the drywall. So this shower will not have cement board. It will be drywall underneath the tile, which just feels wrong, but did a ton of research. The technology has come a long way, and that's what they recommend. So that's what we're gonna do. Controversial item number 3, the walls. We are not taking the wallpaper off the walls. We're actually just going to paint right over this wallpaper. And hear me out, we have another bathroom in this house that we've already redone, and it had wallpaper on the walls, and we were told not to take the wallpaper off the walls, that it has been tried before, there's no sizing under it, and it's gonna destroy the drywall. And well, we destroyed the drywall, and it turned into this whole thing. We had to skim coat it, we had to use a special primer. It was a nightmare. So in this bathroom, we're taking that advice, and we're not taking the wallpaper off the walls. What we did do is you could feel where the seams were. The seams were pulling up a little bit on this wallpaper, so I actually just sanded the joints of the wallpaper, the seams, until it's nice and smooth. And we're going to come back over and we're going to spackle those seams away and then sand again, and then use a special primer, actually a very expensive $90 a gallon primer, over the wallpaper, which is designed to go on paper, and then we're going to paint. So these beautiful sailboats, which I actually love, I like this wallpaper, it'll still be on the walls, it'll just be covered up. All right, that's enough talking. First, I'm going to clean up this horrible mess, and then back to work. Time for a progress update, because there's been a bit of progress. The walls are now textured and they're primed. I know a lot of people use the 2-in-1 primer and paint all in one. Fresh drywall texture, I figured might as well actually prime them. I've had better luck with that in the past. And we tried a few different ways of texturing the walls, and the way we found out to get a knockdown texture to match what's in the rest of the house was we actually put the compound on the wall and then rolled it with this knockdown texture roller, and then smoothed it down with a knockdown trowel afterwards. And that worked much better and was much cleaner than the spray method. The spray method was just a cheap Harbor Freight texture spray gun. We couldn't get that to work right. For a small area, this worked just fine. Our cabinets are all primed, so we can paint our cabinets when it comes to that step. And then our waterproof membrane, our Schluter-Curdy membrane, which, interesting enough, this one is made in Canada, and that wall's made in Germany, so that's interesting. But that is all installed. We're ready for tile. We have our ledger board in. We've been measuring. We've been laser leveling. We've been regular leveling. We're ready to actually put the tile on the wall. So for the wall, we are going to use this right here. It's kind of a somewhat modern, elongated subway tile. And then the back of our little nook, and we'll have a band running around of kind of a blue glass subway tile. So nothing too crazy. I kind of wish we were using a bigger tile, so we had to put less pieces on. But yeah, here we go. We're going to mix up our thin set. We have to use a special thin set for our Schluter-Curdy membrane. And let's get to work. And Demery has never tiled before.
No, I haven't. I'm super excited about that.
So we'll see. I might just be like hanging out in the living room while Demery does all the tile.
We'll see.
We're gonna get to work. long time, we have cabinets with doors on them. So one thing we've been doing in the entire house is taking our nice 80s hardwood wood grained cabinets and converting them with some nice modern European soft close hinges, which requires a little bit of drilling and some mild customization, but overall it works. It works so very well. But the vanity is getting reassembled. The countertop has been on for a while, and so I think this whole part's actually done. Light switch covers are going back on. This is about to get trimmed out. Deb's actually currently outside priming and painting the trim that goes around here, priming and painting the baseboards that's going to go back on the floor. She's doing a lot at the same time. She's using a dehazer, a haze remover, because we have a little bit of residue from the grout on the tile. Once that's done, we're going to caulk all of the edges. I'm currently working on the plumbing, getting that finalized. So weird, every time I've installed a tub spout, you have an offset that goes into the wall, screws into the wall, and then you just cut it to length, and this has a little set screw. For whatever reason, we bought, I think it's Moen valve and tub set, and this is threaded on the inside. So I'm having to make a pipe that's exactly the right length with exactly the right number of turns for this to fit. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to measure this and get the soldering stuff out and make this just the perfect length to go on the wall so the tub filler works. And while I do that, Dem's going to do like 300 other projects because this is taking me forever. But we're so close. I think in the next 24 hours, this bathroom's finally going to be done. We got to put the door back on. I mean, we don't have to put the door back on, but it would be better if we did put the door back on. Back to work. Oh, hello there. It is 9 p.m. on a Wednesday. And you find me in the bathroom because this is my life now. But I think, are we gonna finish this bathroom tonight?
We've said that so many times. I am not answering it.
That
seems to jinx our progress.
So many times you've said like, we're gonna be done this weekend. We're gonna be done tonight. No, I think I mean it. I refuse to go to bed unless this bathroom's done. I might pass out from exhaustion, but I won't go to bed. So let's get to work. How about I will put in baseboards and towel bars and caulk this little crack here. If you want to grab the dehazer and dehaze the floor. And then also, one of us needs to seal the grout in the shower with the little rolly bottle and the grout sealer.
Okay.
You can work on that stuff, and I'll work on get the nail gun out and put this stuff in and put holes in walls and towel bars, and then maybe we're done. We're gonna get back to work.
Yep.
You know how on our YouTube channel, whenever we screw up at something, we drink a pickle beer? And I mean we. So like whenever Steven makes a tiny minor mistake, like he wakes up 5 minutes late, he's like, oh no, I gotta drink pickle beer because he secretly likes them. Whereas I hate them and I reserve them for when I actually truly fail at something. I think we might have to have a Wednesday night pickle beer. The last piece of trim. Come this way. I don't know how it's getting back there. I've been playing Tetris with this thing for a little bit now, and she don't fit. We have two options. Take the toilet out, or I'm just gonna cut this in half and have it seen behind the toilet where no one will see it. Oh God. It's so bad. So bad. One thing I did not consider is the floor is now slightly higher. And we know that because we had to cut the bottom off of the baseboards. I'm hoping the floor is not too high that we have to cut the bottom off of the door. Let's find out. Hey, it fits. We did the trim wrong, we did the door right. Custom.
Yay.
Oh God.
You said you liked it.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
You saw this. You were like, oh, that's cool.
What's
and
that?
I said, thank God.
It took until 2 o'clock last night, but it's finally done. Dem just finished sealing the grout, so we're good. Actually, crap, I've got some touch-up paint to put a little hook right there on that door. But other than that, it's done. We have one more bathroom to do, and then we're pretty much done with inside projects at this house. This fall, we've got to fix our backyard that's rotting into the ground, and then somewhere down the road, we have to figure out we want to make some changes in the kitchen. But yeah, we're getting close to being done with all the, millennial things we like to do in this house, like just paint everything gray. So please leave a comment below. Let me know if I did something horribly wrong in that plumbing and it's leaking right now and I just don't know it. Or if you hate all of the gray and white, which is definitely gonna be very dated in 5 years, but right now I think it's cool. Or if putting a pink towel in here is the worst thing you've ever seen. I don't know how that happened. I don't like it, but I guess it is what it is. Pink towel, oh well. See you next time. Yes, I would love to hear a funny story that you forgot to tell me.
I can't tell you on camera.
Why can't you tell me your funny story on camera?
I accidentally walked into the guy's bathroom.
Because you accidentally walked into the guy's
It
bathroom.
was really hard to tell which one was which, and I thought they were two bathrooms for both, like an individual bathroom. So I walked into the first one, and there were only urinals. Luckily, no one was in there, and I screamed, "Oh my God, I'm in the men's bathroom!" And I went out and hoped no one saw. And this random girl ran up to me. She was like, "It's okay, the bathroom's over here."
She told us the story anyways.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna put it into the video.
Yes, I am.